What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome back to Endure, Believe, Rise. I hope this message reaches you in good energy. I hope you and your loved ones are in good health. So today we're back with another conversation with the Catalyst. These are conversations that I've had and will bring value to you or those around you. So I bring them to you guys after I have these conversations with individuals so that you can get that value. Now, these conversations can be with like-minded individuals or they can be with opposite individuals and be low-key debates. But I bring them to you guys so you guys can get that insight. Today's conversation, we're talking about a subject that I have seen come up quite recently. And thankfully, I'm seeing less and less of, but I do want to bring spotlight to it in case anyone's struggling with it or anybody around you is struggling with it. In that regards, I will be saying that I'm speaking primarily to men and especially young men. If you don't fall in that demographic, I do apologize, but I do feel like you'll still get value from it even if you aren't. Nevertheless, I was talking with the young man and we were talking about a situation that is going on more and more in our society where we see men who act out or create some partake or make some type of vicious crime or act hellacious after being betrayed, right, by their loved ones, their spouse or whatever. And I just think that it's because of a lack of a mindset, right? At the end of the day, I am under the firm belief, my experience shows that men don't choose women, women choose men. And that's where we're gonna start. And that woman is not yours until she says that you're hers. When she says that that's your man, then that's your woman. But until then, that's not your woman. And that's always been my mindset. That's always how I've looked at relationships. And it's helped me with those type of feelings of betrayal, obligation, possessiveness. At the end of the day, when she wants to be yours, she'll let you know, right, in one way or another. Now, I know that some people may not agree. Some people might flat out disagree and tell me that I'm completely wrong. But in my experience, that is the truth. When you go the other route about it, when you're like, that's mine, this is mine, and so forth and so on, what ends up happening is you start feeling obligated, right? Like, this person owes me a certain amount of loyalty. This person owes me a certain contribution. I want this person to reciprocate the effort that I've put into them, and so forth and so on, rather than looking at, it in the other light. And that's when we see those type of hellacious acts in those events. And it breaks my heart when I see a young man take another young man's life because of a disagreement they had over a young lady, because she was unfaithful or because he was misunderstood the relationship that they had, or he feels like, she didn't reciprocate all the effort or energy or resources or investment that he put into her. So she goes with another individual, and then he feels like he has to do something violent or hellacious to those two to repay that. And it's just, it's a tragic and it's a waste and it's a shame and it's something that doesn't need to happen. Trust me, she's doing you a favor, young king. Let me say that too. Let's say, for the sake of argument, that you didn't misconstrue anything. You understood, she straight lied to you, and then she cheated on you. She went out there and slept with your best friend or your cousin or your coworkers. At the end of the day, you have to look at yourself like an investment. You have to look at yourself like a Fortune 500 stock. You have to look at yourself like something that's going to mature. Wouldn't you rather find out now where you're not worth $1 million? Wouldn't you rather find out now before you have 2 and 3 houses? Wouldn't you want to find out now before you have 10 cars in a stock portfolio that's worth $800,000, $8 million? Wouldn't you rather find out now that person isn't loyal to you, isn't for you, isn't about you, than to wait more down the line and have all those things and then be tied into those things and have to reciprocate or split those things up? It is a blessing when someone, and this is going to everybody, it is a blessing when someone shows you who they are. No matter how ugly the truth is, you must always be thankful for the truth. So, and this is speaking to everybody as well. It is not worth it when someone does anything to you to sit up there and say, I'm going to repay that in kind. I'm going to repay that, unless it's in the court of law. If you're in the court of law and you want to sue somebody or you have a civil claim against them, then yeah, right. But you going out here and doing something violent something physical, that is, unless you're protecting yourself, that is totally unnecessary. And I don't want to see any more of that. And I hope that I don't see any more of that. And I'm in the hope that I will see less and less of that going forward. So, the other thing I want to say is that I've been guilty in the past of not living up to the expectations that I've talked about on this video. And that's not a pass to say, oh, well, you can go out there and do whatever. Willie did it, the Catalyst did it. So, it's to say, give people grace and mercy to grow, right? That person is still learning how to get out of their emotions. That person is still learning how to process their emotions, and emotions must be processed. The last thing I'm gonna say, and then I'll let you guys go, is men, in my experience, that stay in their emotions very long end up in two places: the graveyard or the jailhouse, the penitentiary. You have to get out of your feelings. You have to get out of your feelings, and you have to do it in a positive, in a constructive way. You can't do anything violent, aggressive. You can't be out there. And that's not to say that we're gonna sit there and deny our feelings. Oh, we don't feel this way, or a lie about how we're feeling. That's not what we're gonna do. But we are gonna go process our feelings. We're gonna get somewhere until we process our feelings, and we're not gonna make any decisions until we're out of our feelings. Like, we're going, yes, we feel this way, and yes, we're going to process this emotion, but until I process this emotion, I'm not making any decisions in there. And again, I've been guilty of that, right? And if you fall short of that, it's okay. It's a work in process. We are human beings. We do feel emotions. Only with experience and resources and tools are we able to press toward that mark and eventually get to where we're supposed to be, right? As human beings and as men, right? So with that being said, that is the conversation with the Catalyst. All right, guys, I need you to take care of yourselves. Please be kind to one another. Keep me in your prayers. I'll forever keep you in mind. Endure, believe, rise.